We're going to get started. We have 3 meetings tonight. We're going to start with the first one at 7 o'clock. We're going to start with the Town of Bay Harbor Island's budget public hearing. Call to order. If we can all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
And this applies to all 3 meetings, right?
We're not going to do it 3 times. All right.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call.
Councilman Yaffe?
Here.
Councilmember Chakotay? Here. Councilmember Salver?
Here.
Councilmember Reed? Here. Councilmember Fuller?
Here.
Vice Mayor Bruder? Here. Welcome back. Mayor Leonard?
Here. All right. Item number 1.
An announcement of the proposed 2017 property tax rate of 3.9995 mils, which is 5.83% more than the rollback rate, needed to fund expenses for the year beginning October 1st, 2017 and ending September 30th, 2018. We have a memo from Alan and some supporting documents. Item 2 would be, we would be having public comment concerning the proposed millage rate and the 2017 and 18 budget.
All right, public comment. We have Francis Newhart.
Francis Newhart, 1060 King Concourse. Well, first I'd like to start out with taxable dollars, of course. There is no excuse as to why, since its inception, public broadcasting on Channel 77, that has been changed to Channel 88, is still not working properly. So hopefully in the budget, it's there again, we will have this working properly. The other is, where's the money? We had the TDR program, we had the parking trust program, we supposedly had money for our bridge, especially now that we are going to have to save for a new bridge. We don't know how long this new bridge or the refurbished bridge will be working. And the town only provided to our town, to our citizens this year, was substantial, substandard. The town library and the community center, I went there with my children. There was only one other child, 2 children with a mother. There were no seats to sit there. The community center, it can't even fit people. These green stripes, I don't know what they're for. People are running all over the place when a bicycle comes or what is it called, skateboard. The bridges are terrible. And the bridge. We just had a hurricane. I don't even know. People are panicking already with the 5, if we had a flood, whatever, for 5. Okay. But anyway, I have owned on the West Island my house and commercial property for over 30 years. The town planner from the very beginning when he was hired told us our business district has been shown as being blighted. Our slum map is very small for the business district to begin with. And does not include, of course, for Motion Cadillac, that parking. We have 3 residential gateways. We really don't have much of a business district to even talk about. Therefore, why are all the buildings in the commercial district going to plus or minus triple, 150%, except for a large chunk of tax-free usages, such as Church by the Sea, the school, and the town's parking garage, the community center, and library. And this is going to cause a lot of losses of employees and their jobs when you increase the taxes on the business district. Now, after speaking to a Miami-Dade advisor, he stated the reason for the large differences in taxable value is that both the home and the condo owners are capped at 3%. The business districts aren't. And I have from Miami Beach, because we own a small piece of property down there, and it's commercial, and it says 0%. They didn't increase anything. With my properties, each one, which is only 1 lot, less than your house, and it's increased 156%. So just think how many jobs you're losing in this town. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your comments. Any other public comment? You do. All right, come on in. Who is it? Okay, Scotty, come on up.
Yes, thank you.
Good evening.
My name is Kathleen Kennedy. I'm at 9118 West Bear Harbor Drive. Council, I am so proud to be in this town. I have a hero over here who managed 9/11. He was a hero then. He's a hero in this town. Oh my God, I got shivers just when I think about it. But anyway, we're talking about the budget. That's coming later. And his team. And they're here. But I'll talk about that later. I would like the council to add to this budget a bonus for all of the first responders in our town. They deserve a little gratitude from the taxpayers of Bay Harbor Islands for their overtime. I mean, I just have shivers just thinking about it. They deserve everything. They were there. Our city manager knocking on doors, the police, the two of them are sitting here that worked the hurricane. All of you, they all deserve something. And I really, as somebody who's been a former critic, instructed by fake news, which I regret and I'm sorry, we need to step up to the plate and recognize the staff that we have and add a bonus in that budget for these fine people who worked their, am I allowed to say it? Their asses off for this town. We live in paradise here. Look at this town. Look, it doesn't even look like it's got a hurricane. So, forgive me for being rude, I don't mean to be. Thank you for all of you who reached out. Amazing town. Love this town. Never leave this town. And anybody messes with him, they gotta mess with me. Because this guy was more worried about this town than he was his own family. So, and the staff, oh my God. Anyway, please pass this budget with something about a bonus for this wonderful staff that we have. They are literally amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your comments. This does include step increases for staff and also includes for last meeting we approved the PBA agreement, which is a multi-year agreement. It includes increases for them too, so it's already included. Thank you. All right, we have one more public comment. All right, we have. Oh, that's different. So that's for. Okay.
No, he wanted to speak now. He wanted to speak now, George.
Sorry. Oh, Dennis Newhut. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry.
This is for marijuana?
Come on up. Yes. Sorry. He handed me yours.
Good evening. Dennis Newhut, MD, 1060 Kane Concourse, and a few other places. I wanted to discuss briefly the millage rate and taxation. Local taxation usually consists of two parts, the assessment and the millage rate. Tonight, you're dealing with the millage rate. But the land assessments have really skyrocketed in 1 year. In the business district, they've gone up 156% from last year. I brought three examples, if anyone was interested. One of our properties and one of two others. Now, what has changed? Is this a subtle push toward redevelopment? Or in a slowing market, does that make any sense? And this will really lead to further erosion of the business district. I mean, already our legacy tenants are complaining. You know, I spoke to one, and when I pointed it out, she just couldn't believe it. You know, the taxes are preliminary, but the assessments are already out. Now, I was just wondering if our local government has done anything toward this, because this is really unbelievable. As Fran mentioned, on Miami Beach, nothing like this occurred, even though we're close to Lincoln Road. This is just a skyrocketing thing. So I just wanted to point out, because when this first came out, my accountant and the advisor, the first people, they said, well, what is the millage rate? You know, they thought maybe the millage rate went all the way down, but it hasn't. So I just wanted to point out that there are two aspects of taxation.
Yeah, I think.
Can I see it? Oh, yes. Now, this is not the taxation, this is just the assessments, and you can compare from last year to this year. Also, the other aspect of it is that, commercial is capped at 10%, but does not include the school taxation.
Correct.
So you really, so that means that our taxation went up 2.5 times.
With all due respect on this, but this council has no effect on that.
Well,
You're talking about things that are within the state constitution.
Right, but it's all Miami-Dade, and there is some local input on that.
When it comes to the appraisal of the property, no, that's the property appraiser. It's Pedro Garcia. He's elected countywide. He's the person that sets the rate.
Oh, well, we're going to deal on that.
Yeah, the VAB.
Assessed value.
Yeah,
We
of course.
planned, we already,
Right.
filed
Yeah.
papers.
And last time I checked, we don't send people to the VA board. It's not like the
No, I
township
understand
council.
that, but sometimes when they come around, there's some local input.
Okay.
I don't think there is.
Okay.
I think there
I mean,
is.
I can tell you in 10 years on the council,
Right.
I've never heard any input, so.
Well, I just wanted people aware.
Yeah. But you should also know that we are lowering the millage rate.
I see that, but,
You know.
when it goes up 156%, that's...
Well, anytime, Sipes wants to sell
He's not allowed to.
9550 Bay Harbor Terrace, I'll be happy to give him $1.5 million.
Well, you have to realize that he's not allowed to sell.
He's not allowed to sell.
No, he's in a trust.
All right, well, all right, so,
I just wanted...
no, I understand that. All right, thanks, Dennis. All right, thank you for your comments. Hearing none other, we're going to close public comment, going once, going twice. All right, closing public comment. Item number 3, Mr. Manager.
Consideration and approval on an ordinance of first reading to levy the town's property tax millage.
An ordinance providing for a millage of 3.9995, which is 5.83% more than the rollback rate for the town of Bay Harbor Islands for the current year, 2017, providing for severability, providing for an effective date.
Can I have a motion
Move it.
and a second?
A second.
All right, does anyone have any comments? Oh, sorry. No.
Ron, you provided us
Age before beauty.
Thank you. You provided us with a memo, thank you, about estimated costs as related to Hurricane Irma, and I assume all of these, costs are coming out of reserves until such time as some of them may be reimbursable through FEMA or insurance or otherwise. Probably the debris removal for sure. The good news is we should be reimbursed 100% on that. All the repair costs, damages, Vicki has already prepared the submissions to our insurance company. And overtime costs, we expect to recover a good portion of that. It's hard to say exactly what, but it's about 75% in that range. Right. So, but in the short term, yeah, we do have to cover those costs. Right, but you're not, in terms of the budget, we're fine with that in terms of...
The way it will actually work is that the expenses will just be charged against the current budget. If at the end of the year, which is fast approaching, of course, we have budget overruns, we will come to council and ask you to approve appropriations from reserves pending the receipt of the whatever reimbursements. That's the way it'll actually work. It won't be out of the new budget, it'll be out of the old budget.
Thank you, Alan and Ron.
I just wanted to comment on the fact that this afternoon I had the first trim hearing for the Children's Trust, and we actually used the rollback rate for the first time in maybe 8 or 9 years. I would have liked to have seen the rollback rate here as well. I still have faith in the property values and further developments coming online for the Value Adjustment Board. So, me personally, I would have liked to have seen the rollback rate rather than a 5% increase over the rollback rate, but that's just me, and so I'm gonna, you do agree?
Have we ever had the rollback rate here?
I think we've had the rollback rate.
Alan, did we ever have?
Bob, no?
I don't recall ever having the rollback rate.
I don't
I don't remember it, so I was just wondering, so.
Actually, let me add one more thing separately. Also, Alan, I just want to thank you for the memo, because this answered the questions that we had during the last budget meeting when we were first setting up the number, as far as whether or not we'd be opening ourselves up to any problems if we dropped it. But I appreciate the memo.
But I appreciate going down under 4 mils. I mean, that's the first time in almost 10 years, so that's really, even if it is a slight increase from the rollback, going down to 4 mils. The under 4 mils is very few municipalities can have a 3. So that's really impressive, so I appreciate that. All right, any other comments? All right, can we have a roll call?
Councilmember Fuller,
4.
Councilmember Reed, 4. Councilmember Fauber,
4.
Councilmember Chakoshay, 4. Councilmember Yaffe,
4.
Vice Mayor Bruder, 4. Mayor Leonard,
4.
unanimous.
All right, number 4.
Item 4, consideration and approval of an ordinance on first reading making appropriations for the operation of the general, water, sewer, parking, solid waste, causeway, and stormwater
I'll
fund.
move it.
Second. Can I read it?
Sure.
An ordinance making appropriations for the general water, sewer, parking, solid waste, causeway, and stormwater funds for the year beginning October 1st, 2017, and ending September 30th, 2018, in the total sum of $19,665,939, providing for severability and providing for an effective date.
All right, we have a motion, a second. Any comments? All right, bar none, roll call.
One comment, though, just, do we have enough budgeted for future storms? I know there was some talk about sandbags maybe, or some kind of recovery supplies. Are you okay with all that?
We got a lot of water we did get water from the county. Sandbags, I don't know if we've ever stored sandbags, but something we could certainly look into. And I don't think it's that expensive. Probably during the non-hurricane season, probably.
It's just a bigger operation, you know.
You just need someplace to store sand and then just take it.
Well, maybe like the park, and then if we don't use it, you can spread it around or something. But I did have some requests for that, but I'm sure you have enough in your discretionary budget, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Can I ask a question in reference to that? Did any property, Ron, to your knowledge, have intrusion of water from the street into the property?
No, I didn't see, it came close in a few spots. The only spot that I would say that we did see a little water, and it wasn't because the water got up to the front door, it came up through the ground, it was a community center, right by the front door.
Oh.
So a little water come up by the front door, we're gonna
Well-
have to replace the top. No, it was really,
Right.
the hydrostatic pressure was, when we replaced the floor back, and they had to take it out.
Yeah.
With all
Thank
due
God for
respect,
the
how would you
structural
know,
engineer.
though?
Yeah.
How would you know if people had a little water intrusion? We had some, through the hard-driven rain, the roof on the door is an impact door, but if it comes hard enough, and I had gone elsewhere and gotten sandbags, but other people had asked, and I think I had seen it on the email back and forth, so.
And I was just commenting, I mean, my son and I and a lot of other people we saw actually went over to the beach at 96th Street and filled up bags and brought them home, so I mean, we got that.
Too bad, sir.
But the resources there.
We never saw water from the street, like to the front door. That
No.
was what I
But they're good for sliding glass doors
I'm
and
sure it's little
certain doors,
things, I mean, that's
and for
information that we know of.
prevention.
It's really what he said. I mean, I'm sure some people had a couple of drops. The one thing we did have, though, is a few of the parking garages did flood, though. That was a different thing.
for the community center.
Okay.
But I understand from talking to Ron that there was an issue of generators not operating the pumps so that
Or
they
being
weren't
overwhelmed, I'm sure.
Or being overwhelmed, right.
Yeah.
I think they're all going to go to the flood panel.
Flood panels are
Right, flood
necessary.
panels,
That's necessary.
All right, so we have a motion, a second. Roll call.
Councilmember Yaffe,
4.
Councilmember Chakoshay,
4.
Councilmember Fauber,
4.
Councilmember Reed, 4. Councilmember Fuller,
4.
Vice Mayor Bruder, 4. Mayor Leonard,
4.
unanimous.
All right, number 5.
Announcement of the date, time, and place of the second budget hearing.
I have enough yeses for Monday, September 25th, which is next Monday, for the second budget hearing,
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Okay. Have a motion,
I'll move it.
a second for adjournment?
A second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned at 7:20 p.m.